Hi, and welcome back to the second part of nearly every guitar technique you will ever need to know in less than 1 minute of music. Okay, now we're going to work on the guitar solo for Wish You Were Here. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start with a slide. So what you want to do is you're going to take finger 2, you're going to put it on string 3, fret 2. Okay, you want to slide that up to fret 4. Got that? So I'm picking, let me show you what I'm doing here. I'm picking on that note and sliding it up. Not staying too long. We don't want to hear that note very long. We just want to slide up. Aim for that. The next note you want to play is with finger 1 on string 2, fret 3. All right, and you want to do that on upstroke. So you start with a downstroke on your slide, and then an upstroke on string 2. Okay, show you that closely here. So we're doing our slide here, and then finger 1 on fret 3, string 2. If you want, you can leave both fingers down, just in that relative position, right? Slide them both. That way your finger's already in position. The next thing we're going to do is you're going to use finger 3 to play fret 3 on string 2, right? It's going to go up and down like that. So after we do our slide, let me show you this way again. You're going to play this. Slide. What I'm doing is I'm playing string 3, and then the next I'm doing an upstroke. I'm adding finger 3 on fret 5, string 2, the dotted fret on upstroke, then a downstroke on string 3 again, same note, right? And I lift finger 3 off, so I play finger 1 again on string 2 on upstroke. All right, so I'm alternating my pick. Okay, alternating the pick, down, up, down, up. So you have to play down on string 3 and then up on string 2. Down on string 3, up on string 2. Okay, let's put those two things together. The slide and then that next bit. Okay. Got it? Right, it's just a matter of moving finger 3 down and up. Okay, next part. When you're there, you see how you have dotted frets and spaces. Okay, we're going to think in terms of dots and spaces right now. You're going to take finger 3 and you're going to move it to where finger 2 is, onto the spaces. See? So now finger 3 has moved onto string 3, onto string 3, fret 4. It was here. Now it just moved right there, right to where finger 2 was. All right. Now we're moving right there. Now you see how this set up finger 1 to be right over fret 2. Okay. So finger 1 is going to be on string 3, same as finger 3, but on fret 2. And we're going to do a double pull off. Okay, let me show you that with the pick. I'm just picking once. Okay, then I'm pulling these two fingers off. Now the way I do that pull off, okay, the thing you want to do with these fingers, you want to keep finger 1 hooked in this little hook shape and keep it stiff. Okay, not floppy, keep it nice and stiff. And you're going to kind of rotate your hand like you're opening a door. And see when I do that, you see what it does to that hook? It turns that hook. So as you pull off these strings, you're going to pull your finger up and over at the same time, right? And then this one, see, I'm doing that little turning motion. Keep that finger nice and stiff. You're gonna play that as a triplet. 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 Okay, let's put it together with the slide and the other bit, and then those triplets, okay? Nice. Okay, practice that. Okay, the next thing you want to do is you're going to do string 4 open. Right, so you do that triplet. Okay, I'm picking just once at the beginning. Sorry. Once at the beginning. And then string 4. What I like to do is put that in a little loop. Once you get that, it's very satisfying. It feels really good. Okay, let's put that together. Nice. Okay, next bit, we're using finger 1 again. We're just going down to string 5, fret 2, and then back to string 4, open twice. Right? Okay. So let's put that together from the beginning. Pull-offs. Okay, there we have it. There's our first phrase. Okay, there's just 4 phrases to learn, and the last 2 are basically the same. They're almost like a copy. Okay, so we got 1 more to go. Now, in that first phrase, we learned how to slide, and you learned how to alternate pick, picking down and up, going across the strings, right? And you learned this double pull-off. Okay, now in the second phrase, it's going to start with a slide again, but this time we're going to be doing what's called double stops. Double stops are when you play 2 strings at the same time, right? In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to use our 3rd and 4th fingers. Remember in the rhythm part where you started with these 2 fingers and they stayed there the whole time? That's the position you want to be on, okay? You want to have finger 3 on string 2, fret 3, finger 4 on string 1, fret 3. And that's where you're going to start. And you're going to slide up to the next dotted fret, fret 5. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the right hand, see what the right hand is doing. I'm using this as an opportunity to use what's called hybrid picking. I'm using my pick on string 2 and my second finger to pluck string 1. See that? It's very important to have your fingers so that they're offset. You see that? You don't want to have your finger pinching into your pick like that, right? You don't want to have your finger right next to the pick. Okay? You have them offset, just like your fingers are straight up and down like that. You see how the pick and this finger have their own room to move? Just put them down like that. Okay. Let's have a look at this together. So watch my pick and my second finger as I do this slide. See that? Okay, next thing you want to do is you're going to take finger 1 and you're going to play right where you just were on fret 3. You're going to play those same 2 strings, but now with finger 1. All right, so I'm barring finger 1. Let me show you this. I'm barring finger 1 across those 2 strings. So I'm going from here to here. Right? If you start with your fingers in this position, right, and you just slide the whole thing up, it's just a matter of letting that off. See? Right? You hold your fingers right in position. See how all my fingers fit together? They're kind of at an angle across the neck. They're not straight across. They're angled. You see that? Okay? Try and leave your fingers close to the strings as well, right? Don't pull everything away, right? You don't want to have it like that. You don't want to lift finger one way up and then move it down and lift these two fingers up. Leave everything in that position. Okay? Next thing we're going to do, you see where finger 3 is on string 2. That's going to stay right where it is. But finger 2 is going to come down now and play on fret 4, string 3, right behind it. You see? It's almost like part of a D chord. Is if you were to imagine a D chord right here, right? You got these two notes right here. So we went from this to this. So now I'm picking string 3 with my pick, and string 2 with my finger. Okay? Now I'm going to take this chord, or this little, these two notes, whatever, it's not a chord. Anyway, I'm going to slide that same shape down 2 frets. 1, 2. So finger 1 went from a space to a space, right? Remember, we're thinking in terms of dotted frets and spaces. So your lead finger here, finger 2, went from the space to the next space down. Okay, I'm doing my hybrid picking. The next note you want to do after that, the next bit, is just open those same 2 strings, string 3 and 2. Those 3 notes again. Okay, the next bit of that phrase, it just repeats those same 3 positions but at a different rhythm. So I'll play the beginning again. On the end there, all I did was I moved my pick and my finger from strings 3 and 2 to strings 4 and 3. Open, both open. Okay, so that part all together, if I start from the beginning, then we go to strings 2 and 3, open, repeat it. Okay. Now here's a little tip. When you're doing this bit, right there when you do open, that's an opportunity to move these 2 fingers back up into position. Watch how I do this. Did you see that? I went from here to here, and then while I was playing the open notes, I used that opportunity to move these fingers back into position and then put them down. Got it? All right, let's do it from the very beginning. From the beginning of this bit, from sliding up. There we go. Okay, let's put the first 2 parts together. All right, first phrase and second phrase, and then we're halfway done. Now this always starts, the counting on this always starts on beat 1 and, okay? The rhythm part starts on beat 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So that note right there is beat 1. We're starting a half beat later. 3 and 4 and 1 and. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, did you get it all? Okay, let's try it one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now you might have noticed on this bit, these bits, I was throwing in a slide there. That's optional. Once you're beginner plus, you can throw that in. All I'm doing is I'm doing the same slide from fret 3 to fret 4 that I did at the beginning, or to fret 5 that I did at the beginning. I'm just doing it on these notes now, right? So every time I have to go to this top chord right here, I'm sliding into it. That's all that is. Whoops. Right? Easy. Okay. Phrase 3. Here's where it gets interesting. Now we get into all the bendy bits, and there's different kinds of bends we're going to be doing, and it takes a bit of strength to do these bends. Okay, so we'll work on our bend technique. I'll try and explain as we go. Okay. The first part of phrase 3 and the first part of phrase 4 are the same. So once you've learned it once, it's the same the next time. Okay. It's similar to the very beginning. The very beginning was like this. Right? We're going to do kind of that same move, but the rhythm is going to be like this. Okay? So that's those same notes that we did down here, right? Just we're sliding into it. Right? Dun, dun, back to finger 2, and then to finger 3. Right? But just keep these 2 fingers down, and really all you have to do is add finger 3. Okay? Now, watch my pick. I'm alternating the picking. There is again. Got it? Okay. The next part is where we start to bend. You already have finger 1 and finger 3 in the correct position to bend. Finger 3 is the one that's playing the note that we're bending. Fingers 2 and 1 are going to be on that same string. We're on string 2 to help bend the string. Now what's going to be helpful is if you take your thumb and hook it over the top of the neck like that, right? That gives you something to squeeze against. You're keeping this nice and stiff, nice and straight, and you're squeezing finger 3 towards your thumb, right? And you're going to use fingers 1 and 2 to help bend that string. But it's finger 3 that's playing the note, right? That's the next bit we want to play. We want to do a whole step bend. We want to try and reach that note. Right? So I'm picking on the natural note and bending it up, but you don't need to hold it up there. You just need to hit that note. Right? Then you're going to release it again. Think about it that way, like 3 notes. 1, 2, 3. Got it? Right? So try not to start the pick stroke after you've already started bending the string, right? You hit that pick and then start to bend. Start on the original note and go back to that note. We want to be trying to get this sound. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Then you're going to do a pull off. You already have finger 1 in position on string 2, fret 3. So you're going to pull off finger 3 to finger 1 after you do that bend. So have finger 2 on the string to help you bend. And then when you pull off finger 2 as well. Got it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Bend and then pull. Bend and then pull. You got it? Okay. Now remember the 2 notes when we did our double pull off thing? Remember we went to the spaces on string 3, right? That's where we're gonna go again. After we do this bend, we're going to go with finger 2 onto string 3, fret 4, and finger 1 to fret 2, string 3. Okay. Okay. So if we back it up a little bit and we go to the beginning of that phrase, bend, pull. Okay. We're going to put all those together. Start with your slide. Right? Then your bend and pull off. And then the next bit on string 3. If you'll notice in this whole solo, the only notes that you're playing on string 3 are on these spaces, right? Those 3 notes, open, fret 2, fret 4, right? If you notice also on string 1 and string 2, you're playing the dots, the whole solo, right? Okay. That'll teach you a little bit of something about, just get an idea so you can visualize the pentatonic scale that we're using right now, major pentatonic scale. Okay, with a few blues notes in there. Okay, there's that bit. Now, that's what we're going to call the first half of phrase 3. Now, the second half of phrase 3. Okay, we got this. That one's kind of hard. So you go back up to fret 4 on string 3 with finger 2, okay? And you're gonna bend that note, and you're not gonna let it come back down again, not like the first bend. That was a bend and a release. We released back to the original note. Now we're gonna bend it up and stop. We're gonna do a half step bend and then stop it. What I'm doing is I'm just touching it with my pick, okay? Right, see that? I just touch my pick again. Touch my pick right on the string. Okay? Then you go to string 1, sorry. Stop the pick. And then string 2, finger 1 on fret 3. Finger 3, string 2, fret 5. Okay? So it's that same shape that we just did. It's those same notes, except we're bending this note now. Okay? And then you're going to bend it again. Stop it. And down to the low note on string 3. Yeah, fret 2. With finger 1. Make it sound really slinky. Okay? So that's your second part. First part again. Second part. All right. Okay, one more time. First part and then second part. Okay? Now you can add a little bit of vibrato right there if you want. All I'm doing is I'm taking the string and I'm wiggling it back and forth. I'm mostly moving it up and relaxing it and pushing it up and letting it relax. Right? That's one simple way of doing vibrato. And I'm keeping this finger nice and stiff, hooked like that and nice and stiff, right? My thumb is hooked over the top of the neck to give me something to squeeze against. It also gives me a pivot point, right? When I need to turn my hand for certain things to help me bend, you know. Another thing that can help with bending is moving your elbow in or out, right? Using your thumb to create leverage, right? This can all help with bending, different bending styles and techniques. Okay. The fourth and final phrase. It begins the same as phrase 3. Right? Same exact thing. All that's left is the second part, which is different. And that's the same notes. If you leave finger 1 right here on fret 2, finger 3 on fret 4. You're going to bend twice. So you're going to bend up and stop. Right? Remember how we did that? You use your pick over here to stop it at the top of the note. And then the next note is going to be a bend and release. See that? I start on the original note. Just bend up and touch that next note up, and then relax it. Okay? And then down to finger 1. Okay, one more time. Yeah, bend up and stop, bend and release, and then finger 1. All right, those are all downstrokes. Okay, let's put that together with the first part of phrase 4. Okay. Okay, and then it's going to end with just that G chord. Up, down. That's it. Okay. Let's try now and put this whole solo together. Okay? We can do that. Starting with the first part. Okay? Remember, all of these start on beat 1 and. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Double pull off. Slides. Good. First part of the third phrase. 1 and bend. Bend up. Little vibrato. That's it. That's the whole thing. Now, it's going to take some practice to get those down, especially the bends. One of the things that you can do to practice those bends, right? Like on this one, right? Listen to the note you're trying to reach. Da, da, da. Right? Remember to use your thumb as an anchor point, right? You might want to use your elbow. If you move your elbow out and you use this to create leverage, it can help you to push that up, right? Or you can just try and do it with hand strength if your hands are strong enough. Okay. All right. That's it. Wish you were here. Here's all the techniques that you learned. Remember? Slides. You learned double pull-offs. You learned hammer-on. Right? You've learned double stops, playing 2 strings at once. You learn how to do those double stops by doing hybrid picking, right? Okay, you learned alternate picking. You learned 2, maybe 3 kinds of bends. Right, bend and release. You can also, if you want to vary those, you have 2 of those, right? Section 3 and section 4. You can start one as a pre-bend, where you bend the string up to the note that you want and then release it. All right, so it would sound like this. Maybe try doing it that way on the second time, on phrase 4, where you have to repeat that same bend, right? Do it as a bend and release one time, and do it as a pre-bend the second time you have to do it. Right? Add some nuance. All of that's all pretty much that you need to know in order to play lead guitar or rhythm guitar on just about any song. You can apply these techniques to everything you do, and there's not much more that you're going to need to know. Even if you're playing heavy metal and you're doing the two finger thing, that's really just doing hammer-ons and pull-offs, which you just learn how to do. It's just you're using two fingers to do it. Okay. Good luck. Practice. Remember, the key to success is repetition. So do this over and over again, and you will succeed. Good luck.